traditional classroom, teachers stand in front of the room and talk to students who are seated in desks. But what happens if you reverse or flip this process? School work at home and homework at school. This is the concept of a flipped classroom. In a flipped classroom, concept instruction is delivered outside of class through video and online discussions. Then, class time is spent doing what would have normally been assigned as homework. Ideally, there is also time for activities and projects to illustrate the concept. You may be wondering, can a flipped learning environment work with ELLs? In 2007, Colorado high school science teachers John Bergman and Aaron Sams began collaborating on technology in their classrooms, which eventually led to the concept of flipped learning. In this clip from one of their Edutopia videos, Bergman and Sams explain why flipped learning works for everyone.
So is this for you? Will a flipped classroom work in your subject area and grade level? We think the answer is yes, and here's why. Can you flip a class like English that isn't real content heavy? The answer is yes. Think about the mechanics of language, the mechanics of grammar, the mechanics of writing. Those are the type of instructional things you could put on a video so that you can get your time back in your class to actually get the students involved in the writing process. You could also use those videos as a remediation tool for students who come to your class without the prerequisite skills.
With flipped learning, students are working on new concepts and skills both at home and in the classroom, thus extending their active learning time. Class time can then be used for clarification, review, meaningful language activities, and group work, which increases authentic language use. Collaboration provides students with exposure to culture, slang, and maximizing their target language output. Videos are helpful in that students can pause, rewind, and review sections as needed. In a flipped classroom, there is time for feedback, guidance, and more productive review since students review materials at home and bring their questions to class. There are some difficulties with flipping, which include access to technology both in the classroom or at home. Teachers will need to spend extra time helping students learn about different technology platforms before sending home lessons. Parents need to understand the concept of flipped learning so they can help their children review at home, although this may be difficult for parents of ELLs due to language barriers. Also, if students do not possess the intrinsic desire to learn, motivating them to complete the work outside the classroom could be a challenge. Flipping the classroom also requires a lot of prep work and could become a burden for teachers. The question of internet accessibility should be addressed before flipping the classroom. Ways to help students who may not have internet access at home include giving them lunchtime access to the computer lab, putting lessons on DVDs or flash drives, explaining how to obtain a public library card, and providing lessons that can be viewed on smartphones. A town in California provides Wi-Fi on 2 school buses so that children may access the internet during their 1-hour commute. Recently, 2 senators introduced a bill called the Digital Learning Equity Act of 2015. This bill was inspired by a school library in Maine that has a program called Check Out the Internet, which allows students to check out devices equipped with Wi-Fi. How should a teacher begin to flip? Start slowly. Not every subject or unit needs to be flipped. Take a concept and find or create a video about it. Keep the video short and sweet, ideally 3 to 5 minutes in length. Use interesting material that will engage students and make them come to class wanting more. Next, share the video with students. Be explicit about goals and what students should look for and think about while watching the video on their own. Once the teacher and students start to understand flipping, adjust the videos and activities to meet the students' needs. To help with prep time, connect with other teachers who are flipping. There are many free resources and communities available on the internet. Don't be afraid to jump in and start flipping your lessons. Experiment, have fun, and enjoy the process.